cat ball, flashing light, hedgehog by his side. In their search they roam, in this ghostly home. Spirits start to form in the whispering storm, haunting through the halls, echoing their calls. Raven stands up tall, never gonna fall. Shadows play and twist in the spectral mist, with their timeless list, ghosts that still exist. See the shadows move in a spectral groove. Every room they prove, Raven's got the groove. Haunting through the halls, echoing their calls. Raven stands up tall, never gonna fall.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my first live. As you can see, Harry is here with me. I hope it's coming out all right, your end. Can you hear me okay? No? Am I coming out okay? Anyone? No, I'm no southern softy. Anyway, can you hear me okay? Cool, nice one. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, it was. Wait a second, let's change that to that so I can see what's coming up on the screen without looking down below. As you can see, Harry's sitting on the steering wheel. He wanted to come with me. Yeah, as you can see, his name's made it at the bottom of the screen now. But yeah, no. Where do I start? I can't watch my tablet as well because it's crashing on me. Right, it's freezing. Let's switch that off. If you can hear me, I don't need to look at the tablet. So, sounding okay, yeah? All right, where do I start? Thank you for joining me. Let's have something come up, shall we? It's, see, I've been mucking about as I'm new to this. And let's see some hearts for all the mods. Loads of hearts. And we can have that one as well. Look at that. See, I've been busy. Right, so let's talk about some of my experiences, shall we? I was about 7 years old, and I was in bed, and I heard footsteps. Hello, Rianne. Paranormal Walks, Susan, Dolly, Kate, Gillian, Bob, Nikki, Phoenix. Love you all. And yeah, I was 7 years old, and I was in bed, and I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. So I went into my dad, and I said, I can hear someone in the house. So he gets up, and he has a walk around, and I hear this voice, and this voice said, "Oh, he won't believe you." And my dad has a walk around the house, comes back, and he says, "Oh, it's no one in the house. It's just the house settling. Go back to bed." So as I go back to bed, I hear this voice again saying, "I told you he wouldn't believe me." And that was my kind of first experience. I'm 7 years old. And yeah, so I ain't too good at this kind of. I've got 29 in chat. Excellent. Beat my record by 4. Whoa! Yay! He'll fall over now. Took me ages to sit him in the steering wheel. All right. Yeah, so that was my first ever experience of well, it could have been paranormal, but it just could have been in my head. Like this so-called darkness that's supposed to be lingering with me. Um, it's been a month now since I've heard any voices. So does that mean it's left me alone? Even though during the S test it says that the only way it'll leave me is death. We'll just have to see. We just have to see what happens, and yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But I say we went on an investigation last week, and the S test was, well, I had just white noise for about half hour. No voices, no nothing. Because normally it starts off a bit slow, and I hear white noise, and then I managed to penetrate the white noise, and then I can hear voices clear. But I say last week I just couldn't penetrate the white noise, and I heard nothing. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to do a live, because I wasn't happy with uh, the video really, because the S test was crap. But most probably some of you will say no, it ain't. But it will get shown. But I thought, well, let's have a go at a live chat and see how it goes. And if it goes okay, Journeyman's going to join me on the next one, so that'd be pretty good. Hopefully, he's popped in. He's in chat somewhere. I ain't seen his name come up yet, so. But thank you all for joining me. Just wondering if you had any questions for me. Right, well, I'll carry on then. Yeah, no, we don't know where we're going this Friday yet. Thank you, Dolly. Yeah, I've done what Kate said. Think of everyone that's watching naked. And it settled me nerves. But then again, with Rianne, when she's in night vision, it looks like she's semi-naked anyway. Yeah. Oh, I've got a question. My favourite location, it's got to be the asylum. That is one awesome place. The first time we went there, I had a voice go, ah, and my ears didn't hear it, but me camera mic picked it up. And then in the S test in that one, we had a girl come through called Sarah, and just as her name, as I said her name, the Sarah image was of a girl. That was a bit weird. And then the second time I went back, I done a TikTok live, and one of the people that was watching saw a shadow figure walk past the camera, but I never saw it. And so, but in the asylum, the footsteps on the stairs, whatever floor you was on, you just kept hearing footsteps on the stairs. But yeah, no, that's my best location. But best church is Munden, without a doubt. That place. Well, until the last time we went there, when they weren't happy because they said I took all darkness with me. Uh, but yeah, that church, I think, foretold my brother's death. That was on the second visit. Where the first time we went there, a stone was thrown from one side of the church to the other side, and then I say the second time we went during the S test, I'm positive I foretold my brother's death, and yeah, I say now that I say in the second time, uh, the name Eleanor came out, and I've never ever during an S test had a first and second name come out. And when it gave the surname as well, after we done the S test, we had a walk round the graveyard and we found the grave. So that was a bit weird. But I say the last time we went, I can't think what my video's called. Oh, is it the S test of fear? Um, they weren't happy with me, so God knows what kind of reception I'm going to get next time I go back to London. But I apologised during the video for if I did take any darkness. But those, since the voices have stopped, it's been a month now since I've not heard. Well, since I've been wearing these. It's a clear crystal quartz and a black tourmaline. And since I've been wearing them, whether it's them or not, I don't know, because I'm clueless really when it comes to so-called darkness being attached. But yeah, well, since I've been wearing it, because I've buried them in the ground, and for 24 hours to give them a grounded earth energy. But since I've put them on my neck. Well, before I dug them up, that was the last time I heard a voice, and it said John like that, and it said it twice. Because I went in, because I was in the kitchen, and I went in to the living room, and I asked my partner if she called me, but she didn't. Then, as I went back into the kitchen, I heard my name again. But then I dug the crystals up, and I've been wearing them since, and I haven't had no voices. So whether it's the crystals, who knows, or whether they're just. Oh, well, I read, Gillian, I read that you needed to bury them for 12 to 24 hours. But I thought I'll go for the 24 hours just to be on the safe side. But yeah, I'll say it's been a month now and I've not heard any voices. So that's a bit of a relief. Because at first I thought I was going mad. Because it was like being in an S test, but not being in an S test. And the voices were just coming in my head. It was whispers, and I couldn't make out. My scariest experience being touched on the shoulder in St Mary's in Chickney. I say I've never felt when people say chilled to the bone. I'd never experienced that until I was touched, and the coldness just went right through me. And I say the palm of the hand was on my shoulder, and the fingers came halfway down my chest, and I had breathing in my ears. And back in them days, see, I didn't do videos. I took my camera, but Michael was taking the SD card and he was adding my footage into his videos. And then he told me, "I'll make your own videos." And then I started making them, and then I was just kept them. I didn't publish them. And then Michael was saying, "You got to publish them. There's no point making them if you're not going to publish them." So I ended up publishing them, and I haven't looked back. But anyway, where was I? I'm waffling on now. See, that's the nerves kicking in. It's making me waffle. Yeah, my scariest experience. Oh yeah, see, back in them days, because I wasn't making videos, I stopped my camera during the S test because I thought, well, I can't see it, so I didn't bother. And then when I got touched, and I had breathing on me neck as well. And I thought, well, my microphone would have picked that up if my camera would have been on. So now I don't stop my cameras. If I missed any questions, let's have a look. Uh, uh, hmm. Right, anyway. Oh, Harry. You want to see Harry Flash? Yay. Yeah, see, I'm out in the car because my partner don't like Harry being out the bag because we think there's an attachment to it, and I think it may be my brother because he's my brother's hair. I don't know if you can see that properly. My brother's hair. It's his first curl when he was a baby, and I say Heavy wears that, and I think if there is an attachment, it's onto that. Uh, well, hopefully with you, Dolly and Steve. We got to sort something out because I remember the time when we first met outside that care home because you all thought Mick was a security guard in his stab vest and that. That was so funny. Yeah, um, definitely want to go out with you two, and Harry wants to meet Doris. No, I'm Kentish born and bred. I'm a Kentish man. Not a man of Kent, but a Kentish man. It all depends on what side of the River Medway you're born, and whether you're a man of Kent or a Kentish man. And I'm a Kentish man. Now, I'm no southern softy. It's quite cold, and I'm not feeling the cold, mind you. I've got my hand warmer with me. My nephew got them for me for Christmas, and they're brilliant. Charge them up, and they warm your hands. Plus, I don't know, you ain't going to see that, are you? It's too bright. Crazy Hedgehog Man. Uh, yeah. Let's have a muck about, shall we? Yeah. Don't forget, if you can, and you haven't, check out Journeyman. He's my partner in crime, and yeah. So hopefully, if this goes all right, I think it's going okay. He's going to join me on the next one, so that'd be good. Because well, I've known him for 31 years, so there's a bit of a. He used to be my manager when I worked at Treble Bassett's, the old sweet factory in Maidstone, and he was one of my managers. And I'm still friends with a manager. How about that, eh? Normally they're the enemy. But yeah, no. Let's get back onto the comments because I'm mucking about with all that. Yeah, thanks, Kate, for putting that up. Uh, to be quite honest, it's supposed to have snow here tonight at 9 o'clock, but we had rain just a minute ago. I can't see what it's like now because I've steamed the car up. But yeah, no. Someone most probably think I'm breaking into a car sitting here with my camera going, well, my phone going. Yeah, I say, guys, Michael he gets the subscribers, but he doesn't get the views. And I get the views, but I don't get the subscribers. Well, weird how ScrewTube works, but hey, it is what it is, and you just gotta get on with it, ain't you? But Michael, he does a video, puts it up, and then moves on to the next one. He just enjoys the editing and playing with the cameras because I think he's got 6 or 7 cameras. He loves a camera. Michael, I most probably be watching this in the morning. So, hello, Michael. Well, it's been going 20 minutes, so I haven't froze yet. I was expecting to be like a rabbit in headlights. Really was. Been nervous all day. I was like, well, I think I was trying to pick a fight with my other half because I was stressing myself out. Uh, no, I think Journeyman's done a drone flight round Dill Castle, but no. One place I would love to go to is the Smugglers Caves in Hastings. I'd love to have a night there. That'd be awesome. But have I missed any questions? Oh, I've lost three, so I've upset three people. Oh well, can't please everyone, I suppose. But I've got. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. They don't like me. Oh, I've lost another two. Oh, they definitely don't like me. It's your fault, Harry. Yeah, most probably is Screwtube. Oh, Ashley. Oh, David. I'll tell you, this hand one was well lovely. I'm fiddling with it badly. And you look cold, all naked. That's just in my head. No, so when I done my first solo last October, not the October just gone, the October before, when I was on Anglesey, I done St Michael's Church. It was a church ruin, and see the videos before, I used to let Michael do the intro, and I used to just nick it. And my brother said to me, "Oh, what you want to do is when you're talking to the camera, pretend everyone's sitting on the toilet." He said, "And that'll put you at ease." So I done that, and yeah, I say we've only had rain. It's quite gutting. I like to see a bit of the white stuff, but all we get is rain. Yeah, I must admit. Normally the winter don't bother me, but this year it's been playing havoc with my back. This coldness. Yeah, we don't get snow that often, Jake. But then again, I'm further south than you, ain't I? So us southern softies. GG. Oh, I got two back. Back to 27. Thank you. Uh, Anyone got any questions? Because I'm a bit of a. Have I missed any? I don't think I have. Yeah, I think it was about 2016, the last time we had a bit of snow that actually laid. Yeah, I don't know if has your work been affected, Jake, in on the dust carts? Because our dustman ain't been since a week before Christmas. I mean, useless. So you're gonna have to drive down here and pick me rubbish up. So get your dust cart tomorrow to come to Maidstone. Yeah, well, okay. Southern Water's got the road up because the road's closed. My road's closed at the moment, and is only instead of it being a through road, it goes. You can only come in one way and go out one way, and it's a bit crazy. and God knows what Southern Water are doing, but they're most probably going to do something and then charge her an extortionate amount of price for it. No, I say I remember when I done dustman once on agency, and the driver of the dust cart, he just kept going, and you had to run and chuck the rubbish in the back of the truck and keep running. And I cut my hand on some broken glass that was in a bag, and I had blood all pouring down my hand, and he just wouldn't stop. He just said, "No, we're going, we're carrying on." So I just thought, well, blow to that. I didn't go back. But yeah, you want to be like that? You ain't being like that with me. No, I'm quite if I don't think something's right, I normally say it, and 9 times out of 10, I normally get myself into trouble for saying it. But it is what it is. Oh, I want me. Seven now. That's better. I've got new comments. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm quite accident prone. If there's a step, I'll trip up it, and uh, normally I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty steady on my feet, but when it happens, it's normally quite spectacular. Yeah, right. Let's say something about myself. Back in 1996, going back a few years, I used to referee football. I was a football referee, and during my time as a referee, I had one game, and this player offered me out in the car park after the game. So I got changed and I went out in the car park and I was waiting for him. Thought, yeah, I ain't got my kit on now, so it's got nothing to do with the FA. And you kept seeing him poke his head round the door, and he was frightened to come out. And he's the manager of the team. They put a complaint into the FA, so I had to go in front of an FA board. And I said to him, I said, "There's 22 of them and me, and if someone starts being threatening to me, I ain't no victim." And I said, "And I'll do exactly the same." But luckily, before I had my hearing, a referee had just been assaulted, and so I got let off, and I carried on refereeing until I had a work accident and done me back in. And then I had to give it up. Why ain't that scrolling up? That's all you can do, Bob. Just get on with it. See, I'm a great believer in fate. If it's meant to be, then there's nothing you can do about it. That's like this so-called darkness. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And but I don't feel nothing other than I say those voices that I was hearing. Well, it was whispers. It was only at the end that when I heard my name, and but yeah, no. Other than that, I don't feel like other than it looks like a burn mark on my shoulder where I was touched because I got home and I went for a bath and I thought, where'd I get that burn from? I haven't didn't put a fag out on myself, surely. I would have felt that, but that's the only thing I can think of is that where I was touched. But yeah, I've never, not really had any, well, so-called paranormal. that church in St Mary's where I had that noise, but that could have been anything, a door rattle or, but it sounded like a latch, but it sounded like when I listened to all my footage, it sounded like it came from behind the blue curtains in St Mary's. You got a lovely dog, Dolly. Yeah, no, I had a dog, and but she had cancer at 12 years old. And she was a fantastic dog. She bullied me like crazy. She knew how to get round me. But then again, so does Sue, my partner. She knows how to get round me. So, but I 9 times out of 10, I just like to please people, unless they upset me, and then they can end up. Uh, I'm waffling again. Let's have a drink. So I'd have a fag, but I don't want to smoke in front of the camera because there's a lot of anti-smokers out there. So I won't. Rum. No, I don't. I don't. It's 17 years this year since I've had alcohol. I lay back. Yeah, no. I had an experience once. I was on my medications, my painkillers, and I went drinking. And last thing I can remember, I was propped up on the bar, and next thing I knew, it was the following morning, and I'd walked across two lots of railway tracks, and I was crashed out on this bench. And the only way I could have got there was by go across. So God knows how I missed the live rail. But yeah, I woke up and I thought, well, I better not drink anymore with these tablets, because I decided, do I have the alcohol? Because I used to, back in them days, I used to blow about 175 quid a week on booze, and it was £1 a pint back in them days. £1 a pint, but it ain't that now, is it? Yeah, so I had to knock the beer on the head. I was having like I was like having 18 pints a night when I was out on the drink. I used to have to put my fingers down my throat after 12 so I can down the other six. Yeah, I've drunk myself sober a few times as well, but I don't miss it. I really don't miss it. I do occasionally have the odd spliff if I can get hold of it, but I don't get hold of it that often. Uh, I don't go looking for it even. If someone says, "Oh, do you want a spliff?" I ain't going to turn it down, but I don't go out hunting for it now. I used to. Uh, Done some silly things in my time. Uh, God, 34 minutes have gone quick. I haven't bored you lot yet, have I? I've lost a few people. Yeah, I've. I used to, when I, what was it called? Pink Lady? That used to be like 60p a bottle or something silly like that when I was about 12, when I was knocking that back. Because me and my brother and a couple of my friends, we used to play musical instruments. Uh, Two of my friends were on guitars. One was rhythm, one was lead. My brother was bass guitarist, and I was on the drums. And we used to go down the offie and buy bottles and bottles of Pink Lady, and then we used to hire out this village hall, lock the doors, and we used to play our instruments and just get wrecked. They were the days. Yeah, yeah. You're inside a Kia Niro hybrid. Lovely car it is. It's self-charging as well. That's pretty cool because I've got residential parking, which is a nightmare. So it'd be no good having a full electric car. Yeah, I say I was a heavy drinker back in the day. I was a bit of a naughty boy back in the day as well. But I've never done time or anything like that though. Because my nan, she always used to say I'd be banged up by the time I was 21, and I was coming up to my 21st birthday, and I had to go to court for non-payment of fines. And I was in court, and then the magistrate, they read out this statement, and they said to me, "Did you say that?" And I freaked out because I did. I threatened one of the clerks because it was coming up to Christmas, and I said, "I'm not going to pay no fines over Christmas because I want the money." And they said I couldn't do it, so I started losing my rag with them, and they done me for threatening behaviour, and I got a 14-day sentence, and it was the longest pause ever. And then they went suspended sentence, and that was it. I just decided to keep away from trouble, and I haven't been in trouble since, which is pretty good because I'm 54 now, and I was 21 coming up. But it was the fault of because I got the suspended sentence, and it was close to like getting 14 days in prison, and that would have proved me nan right. And I didn't want to be I didn't want her to be proven right. So that was it. I kept my nose clean after that. Let's warm my hands up. Anyone got anything to ask me? I'll tell you what I did used to love. I used to love sherry. I used to love the taste of sherry. And whiskey used to make me violent, so I avoided that because I used to, well, back in my youth, we used to go out on a Friday night, and if we didn't get into a fight, it was a crap night. Silly way of thinking when you look back, but um, young and dumb. Yeah, no, I say I've come close. I've come close many a time of being most probably the wrong side of the law, but no, I'll keep myself. I'll keep myself to myself nowadays. Cop. Yeah, no, I say I was. Well, in my youth, I'm surprised I didn't do time really because I was very naughty in my. But I think a lot of it is because I had cancer when I was 13, and because I missed a lot of school, I didn't take no exams and all that, like, and I kind of got in with the wrong crowd, and I say I became a bit of a rebel, which is where the rebel comes from in the name of the Raven Rebel, because I used to be a bit of a rebel, but I'm a good boy now. I'm a good boy, and I have. Oh, I shouldn't have touched him. Yeah, so well, my sister knitted Harry for me, and she named him. And when we first started off, he used to sit on my uh, music box, Spirit music box app, and he was the guardian of that. And then one day I thought, oh, I'm gonna velcro a cat ball to his paws and see how that goes. And then I suppose he went about 3 months before he flashed for the first time. My video's called Harry Flashes for the First Time. Quite good with the old titles. I keep seeing people walk past. They most probably think I'm breaking into this car. Yeah, no. If it goes all right, I'm gonna most probably buy myself a shed and like set up a kind of a little studio in the shed. But I didn't want to jump the gun and buy a shed and then it don't get used. You know what I mean? So, because when I edit my videos, I do it all on my phone. So my phone's running this camera now. It does everything. But yeah, I don't think I do too bad a job editing my videos. Uh, I know Journeyman's my sidekick. Yeah, most probably say I'm his sidekick. But no, Harry's most probably the boss of us both. But I do get excited when he flashes because he doesn't he doesn't flash that often, and when he does, no, I do get excited. But the EMF meter that I normally have sitting by him, I only sit it there and just for the pretty lights. Because me, really, I only say yeah, I've caught paranormal if I see it right in front of me. Then I say yeah, that's definite. But until that day happens, it'd be nice. Every investigation I go on, I expect nothing to happen because then you don't get disappointed when nothing happens. But it's just a full of especially some of the churches we go in. Some of those churches are fantastic, and I used to feel the creepiness of the churches, but now when I get on location, I just feel absolutely nothing. See, whether it was that all stemmed from when I was touched, because I used to be able to walk into a room and I would sense the atmosphere in the room. So, like, if I went round a friend's house and they'd been arguing that day, I would pick up on it and I say, "Oh, I hope you wasn't arguing because I was coming round." I say that, and they go, "How do you know I was arguing?" But I used to be able to read rooms, and then I got touched, and now I just feel nothing. So, whether that's this so-called darkness's way of me not detecting it's about by me not feeling anything anymore. But yeah, it's quite sad because you get into a place and Michael's like, "Oh, feel that atmosphere," and I'll go, "No, feel nothing," and it's quite sad. But I say it again, it is what it is. Uh, but hopefully, I say it's fate and it's meant to be. So just got to deal with it. Uh, yeah, so do I. I love graveyards as well. Graveyards are my favourite. Well, yew trees are my favourite. I do love a yew tree. Yeah. Because I had a comment that perhaps this darkness is from tapping on the old yew trees. Because that's what the old druids used to do when they used to all congregate. And see, where I grew up, there's a yew tree. And there was these pig farmers. They were brothers. And see, it's only a story that I was told because it happened quite a few years ago. And they had to kill a pig. And one brother fired his gun and he hit his brother, and he thought he killed him. So he took himself into the woods where this yew tree is and hung himself on there. So I will do a little investigation there one day. The woods around where I used to live, I used to walk round there night time many a time on me Todd, just enjoying the atmosphere that the peace and tranquility that you get from walking in woods. See, that's the thing. If people start having a go, then I'm the kind of person that has a go back, and so that's why I like the times that me and Michael we go. We normally get on location about 2 o'clock, start building up some energy, and then we normally do an S test around 3 o'clock into the witching hour. Because I say sometimes the S test, like that care home I done when I got the name Doreen come out, and the anguish in her voice brought me to tears, and never felt like that before. And the following day, the weird thing is, the following day, I was sitting in my chair, and I just closed my eyes, and I had a flashback of, well, all I saw was knees and arms around the knees in a corner of a room, and it was engulfed with flames. So I don't know if that was a flashback from the S test of the woman, but yeah, I say she brought me to tears because she knew that there was no escape, and she was in this corner of this room, and yeah, the anguish in her voice got to me. So that's a weird one as well, because while I was doing the S test, I said a room number, and Michael went off to check out the room, and just before he walks back into the room where I was doing the S test, I go, he's back. And as I say he's back, Michael walks into the room. And it's like, see, half these things you don't really know until you watch the footage back. Because like during an S test, it's so one-sided. I only hear what's in my ears. And it's only when you actually watch the footage, because now I start, if I think the S test was pretty good, or if I've spoken quite a lot in the S test, then I work on that first. But I don't cut my S test. Bye, Gigi. Yeah, yeah, I don't like cutting the S test. I just like to keep it running, because even the boring bits when I'm quiet. But I say, the one last week's one, where it all began, I had to. I think we had like a 50-minute S test session. So I think the video got to 1 hour 13 minutes. And I thought, well, I want a bit of a walk around. I don't just want the S test, because like that'd be pretty sad. Well, it might not be, but I needed a bit else to add to it. And I was trying to get it down under the hour mark, but it ended up at 1 hour 13. And I thought, well, I'm not cutting anymore. So plus I normally give myself ice cream when I'm editing anyway. Yeah, I'm saving for a PC, but until I've got the money, then I have to make do with editing on me mobile phone. You do get used to it. Would you ever do any of the questioning inside your own house? No, I'm not allowed. Yeah, no. Partner's put her foot down. See, he's not even allowed out the bag. He has to stay in the bag. That's why I'm out in the car, because I wanted Abby with me, and he's not allowed out in the car, out in in the house. But what was it, about 20? Been living in that house 27 years this year. It was about 24 years ago. We was having, I don't know, it was longer than that. About 25 years ago, we kept having things disappearing in the house, and then they would reappear a couple of weeks later in an obvious place where you'd see it instantly. And then my partner saw a shadow figure on the stairs on the landing, and then a while later, my partner's daughter stayed, and she saw a shadow figure on the stairs. And I say, when she said about it, that's when Sue said, "Oh yes, she'd seen something." But we decorated, and it must have been happy with how we had decorated, because it just disappeared. And so we've been here, let's say, 27 years this year now, and we've had nothing go missing again. So Sue don't like me. She don't really like me going investigating anyway, because in case I bring something back, and especially if I'm supposed to have a darkness associated with me, and with this little critter supposed to have an attachment. So she's not happy. That's why I'm relegated to the car. But yeah, I had me eat one in the car earlier before I started, so it's not too bad. So I put a lid on this, but this cup is what I normally drink my coffee out of, because I only drink coffee. And I suppose during the course of a day, I'd have most probably 10, 12 cups of these. Get in there. Now 52 minutes has gone so quick, or so swearing. Anyone got any questions? Yeah. Well, I don't drink alcohol, so, and I don't sleep that well either. Yeah, he's not allowed out the bag. Yeah, just in case there's something that's not my brother attached. That was like back in June. I had to go down to the chemist to get my bye after dark. Thanks for coming in. I had to go down to the chemist and get me tablets, and I left my mobile phone in the dining room. And when I came back, uh, my sister had rung me mobile number, and so I said, "Oh, I rang her," and I said, "Oh, you rang me?" She went, "No, you rang me." No, I didn't. I said, "I've been down to pharmacy." And she said, "Well, yeah, you rang me, and then it was just silence on the end of the line when I answered it." But she reckons that was my brother. And see, when my brother was alive, he was up in Scotland, and he was in this hotel, and he got out the shower, and he thought this button was the to take out the steam out the room, and it hits this switch, and it was the fire alarm, and the whole hotel got evacuated. And then, like, my brother stood up and said it was him. We've been having a smoke alarm going off every now and again. It goes off for no reason. And then back in June, when we was on holiday, we was sitting outside in the sun, and we heard this alarm going off, and the smoke alarm was going off inside. So whenever we hear a smoke alarm going off, and there's no reason for it to go off, we automatically think it's my brother. Did our cop just coming in? Don't know how long I should make this last. I'm on like 55 minutes. But you're bored with me already, ain't you? uh, if everywhere was free, I'd love to go to Glamis Castle in Scotland. I'd love to go there. There's supposed to be a ghost of a woman that runs across the courtyard, blood pouring out of her mouth. She had her tongue cut out. Yeah, I'd like to go to Dover Castle as well for the headless drummer boy. But like the places like 30 East Drive and the ancient Ram, they don't really. I think they've been overdone, if you know what I mean. I'd like to go somewhere original. That'd be nice. Somewhere where no one's been before. But I want to go to Bayham Abbey. But I tried contacting the National Trust, but they weren't interested in me going there in the early hours of the morning. So I have been toying about the idea of climbing the fence and going in now. But that may happen because I hate being told no. Yeah, no's not in my vocabulary. I'm not the youngsters today. They don't know the word no. Uh, yeah, I see. Dolly, I see. Steve lost the pole, so he's got to go it alone. I bet he's gonna love that. See, like if I'd have how I used to see, I used to feel dark atmospheres and all that lot, and now I don't feel anything. That's why I done. Yeah, I bet Lincoln's the boss, Dolly. Yeah, my pup was the boss. Well, except for well, no, my partner was the boss, but then my pup was second boss, and I was at the bottom. Yeah, I bet he ain't. No, it'd be all right. I say I quite enjoyed my few solos I'd done, but since this so-called darkness, people say to me that I shouldn't do solos because don't know. But now I've started this, I might do live chats. As if I don't piss people off. Hello, Corso. Thank you for coming in. We're dropping like flies now. Oh well, I've got 30. That's my record though. Before then, uh, on my premieres, I've had 25. Yeah, I'll say the next one. Hopefully, Michael's going to be because, as you know, in the videos, Michael likes to talk. So, because someone said to me, "You need to speak more," but I don't like over speaking people. So if Michael's talking, I don't like talking over him. So I just let him talk. And in the early days when I was making the videos, I used to use his audio, like I used to use his voice, so I didn't have to talk because I don't think I'm a very good talker. Um, See you later, Stu. I'll most probably watch this back later and see how badly I done. There's a car. As you can see, the headlights in the window. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Stu. Much appreciated. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, my partner wouldn't say that. She normally tells me to sharp if I start waffling. But I love it. I've been with her 31 years. My 31 years on the 15th of this month, as it goes. And no, she's kept me. She's kept me on because I tend to do silly things, and I don't realise I'm doing silly things until I've done silly things. But no, she. Yeah, cheers, Lee. See, I told you I'd remember names. No, yeah, no, it's yeah, no, she's my rock, and I'd be lost without her. Yeah, no, she's certainly well, our house we bought is all down to there you go, debunk. Larry Hedgehog. You want to see him flash? Yeah, I love it when he flashes. But that's St. Peter's that we went to. Um, it's where he was sitting on the corner of that altar. He was just flashing constantly all night. He just wouldn't stop flashing. Yeah, so the 15th of January is I've been with my partner 31 years. We're not married, but yeah, you don't need to be married in this day and age, do you? Just live in sin. It's the thing to do now, ain't it? Well, I say we bought the house together, which got paid off uh, 2 years ago now. We finished paying for it. Yeah, no, it's yeah, yeah. One way or another, there's a bit of sin involved, ain't there? But then again, I think you've got to have a little bit of sin, ain't you? All these little guilty pleasures. Nice one, David. Yeah, I say 31 years with my partner, they've just flown. And I met her at a party, and I found out that she worked at Treebor on a different floor, and I didn't know she worked there. And I met her at a party, and I say the rest is history. Yeah, I'd be lost without her. Yeah, I've not got many sins now. Yeah, I say once upon a time, marriage was the thing to do, weren't it? But in this day and age, uh, I don't think you need to get married. I think if you was having kids, then I think it's best to be married. But that's only. But then again, in this day and age, that don't even really matter, does it? If you're married or not and have kids. But I say, once upon a time, you had all these like shotgun weddings. Oh, I tell you, once in my youth, I was about 18, and me and my friends we went to get a bit of weed, and one of my friends he took us onto this gypsy site, and while he was in there getting it, me and my friend we were sitting in the car, and all of a sudden we heard this vroom, 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 and it was a bloke, and he had a chainsaw going full bore, and he was chasing this other bloke around the site, because apparently, so when my friend got back, he said that he'd been caught sleeping with this bloke's wife, and he had a chainsaw, and he was like he was chasing him around, and me and my friend, we just slunk down in the car and hid. Yeah, back in the day, I did used to. I was sitting in a car park once, and I was building a joint up, and this gust of wind came down these stairs in the car park and blew it all over the place. So we'd only just bought this bong; it had two pipes. So me and my friend, we poured everything into the bong, and we had a carton of Ribena. So we put that in the bong, and there we were. We were smoking this bong on the stairs, and there were people stepping over us in the car park. That was a bit mad. But yeah, no, I don't do things like that anymore. I've done it, you know what I mean? It's an experience that I've got under my belt. But the only drugs I do now is from my drug dealer, the pharmacist. I now 6 minutes. Whoa! I never thought I'd be able to talk that long. Definitely. I say we were sitting in the car and we didn't know him, and we slunk down in the seats, and like we weren't there, just in case he like decided to just go manic. I did have in my youth. I say I'm surprised I didn't do a bit of time in my youth, but yeah, I was a bit of a naughty boy when I was younger. Yeah, I was quite bad, quite a rebel. But I was the youngest, see, and I don't know if it was attention seeking. Most probably was. Looking back, I was attention seeking. Uh, uh, when uh, when I was younger, I must have been about 17, 16, 17, and we decided to have a spliff in our bedroom. And I went to pass a joint to my friend, and it was in the ashtray. And as he went to grab the ashtray fell out of his hand, and there was this big cluster of hot rock burns in the quilt. And I had to try and explain to my mother that they were fags. That, but yeah, it was a cluster of hot rock burns. See you later, Ashley. I was actually going. Driving people away. Got to stop waffling. Let's unlock about something, shall we? How about that one? Yay! Right, didn't work. That one. Yay! Give the hearts. All right. I don't know if I picked up any subscribers during this live. I ain't got a clue. I was on 758, I think, when I started. Yeah, I learned that lesson a while ago, John boy. Calm it down. So once I was drunk, and I was in town, and I said something to someone. I ain't got a clue who it was. And then this bloke comes up and says, "You've been bad mouthing us." And I went, "No." And he goes, "Who is it?" And he looks at one of my friends, and he points to me. And he was a biker bloke, and he must have hit me about 6 times in the head. Oh, well, I've picked up two. That's not bad. Yeah, he punched me about 6 times in the head, and I had my pint in my hand, and I put my pint down, and I said, "Are you finished? Now F off." And then once I sobered up, I had this dirty, great big lump on the side of my head, and this most horrendous headache. But I say at the time I was drunk, so I didn't feel it, and I just put my glass down and made out as if like it didn't hurt me. No, I was terrible in my youth. Have you been drinking this year, John Boy? Because I know you had a New Year's resolution of staying out of pubs. So how many pubs you been in? Was it the 8th day of the year? Yeah, no, I say I've certainly got a few of them. I say once we was in the because we used to go into the woods and get stoned, and yeah, we bought a load of fireworks. You know the old air bombs. Well, we must have taken about 30 up, and we went into the woods. We got totally wrecked, and then we lit them, and they was all tied up, taped up into like one big firework. But what we didn't realise, because we was out of it, was the branches of the trees were all overhanging where we was lighting this thing, and all these air bombs start shooting off, like 30 of them all going off, and they're hitting the branches and coming back down at us, and then like there was nowhere to run, and we were just freaking out. So um yeah, we used to have air rifle fights in the woods as well, and I've been shot in the arm, in the back, in the legs. I'm surprised I'm still alive. Some of the things I've done in my youth. Uh, but yeah, no, it is what it is. Oh, well, right, excellent, John Boy. Day 12. I've done paintball. When I worked at Treebor, I organised one, because I'd organised it. I got the minibus and got the money off everyone and paid for it all. When I got there, I had 200 free paintball pellets. So of course, because I had extra and I bought some as well, I was going around like Rambo. You know what I mean? I was just like emptying all these paintball pellets. And on one of the games, some of the people I was with, they said to me, "Go out to that building and take it." And I go running there, and as soon as I got out into no man's land, all these heads popped up, and they all started shooting me. And one of the marshals goes, "Well," he goes, "that looks painful." I said, "Yeah, yeah, it was." But it, I say, when I was playing, if I saw a bit of flesh, I aimed my gun for it, just dish out a little bit of pain, especially like on this part here by the ear, because like the goggles used to stop back there, and you used to get see a little bit of skin, and like I used to aim for that. No pain, no gain, as they say. Yeah, so the last time I was in a pub, it was £1 a pint. Oh, that's what I've, yeah, yeah, it was £1 a pint. Pint of John Smith's. But I say we used to stick money in an ashtray, and then that was our kitty. And then we used to buy jugs of ale, because I used to like the old speckled hen and that in the cast beers, less gassy, so you could drink more without being bloated. Well, that was my reasoning. Oh, this ham one was well nice. charge it up. Yeah, my nephew got them for me for Christmas. I got two of them, and they link together, and so you got like a double hand warmer. I'm only using one at the moment. £4 a pint. That's terrible. God, if you went out on the lash, you'd have to get a bank loan or something to get drunk. Anyone got any questions? No, I've got a class 1 marksman shooting. Yeah, because I see. I used to be in the army cadets, and I was in the army cadets for about 5-6 years, and then I went to try and get in the army because my dad had been in the army, and they wouldn't let me in. I passed everything except for the medical because I had cancer and I was still under hospital. They wouldn't let me join, and my friend, he joined, and he ended up going to Northern Ireland, and then he went over to Kosovo, and I was gutted because I was like left behind. See, the funny thing was, we saw Rambo 3 at the cinema, and when we left the cinema, we was walking past the army careers place. So we just watched Rambo, so we was all hyped up, and we went in. And I say he got in, and they rejected me. I was quite gutted. I think I would have made a good soldier, except for the taking orders. I'd have to have worked my way up to give orders, because I'm not too clever at taking orders. Yeah, yeah. I say, yeah, we saw Rambo 3, and we walked round past the army careers, and my friend said, "Oh, should we go in and sign up?" I said, "Come on then." And I say, I passed everything except for the medical. That's quite gutting. I'll give it another 10 minutes and then I'll call in. I've still got the washing up to do. I ain't done that yet. But normally my videos only, well, I say the longest one's been hour and 13 minutes. Yeah, definitely, John Boy. Definitely the first one is the best. What nerves, Kate? No, I'm pretty chilled as it goes. I bet my coffee's cold. That's not too bad. Keeps it warm. Yeah, I say it's trouble is how I said to it. I said, why does the medical matter? Because if you're going as infantry, you're cannon fodder anyway. And they turned around and said, but if you get injured or something on the battlefield, then someone's got to save you. So I can actually see where they were coming from. But yeah, I know I would have. Yeah, no. See, back in my youth, the more violence, the better. I used to have a bit of violence. Yeah, I would have. I don't know if I'd have been a sniper. Yeah, it's definitely the best Rambo film, mind you. That one where he those missionaries, they go somewhere and then they get him to ferry them in, and the bad people. They're making those prisoners or whatever run across the paddy fields, and it's like mined up. That bit's pretty good. I'd hate to be in that situation though. Thanks, Kate. Yeah, no, I would hate to. But then I suppose it's fate, ain't it? If that was true life, if you're in that situation, you just got to deal with it. But yeah, I'm a strong believer in fate. So that was like that night when my video's called The Interruption. We wasn't going to go there. We was going to a church, and then Michael picked me up and he said, "Oh, let's go to the other epilepsy buildings instead." And we went there, and I say we ended up getting loads of grief from idiots, thieves. Michael still ain't heard if he's got to go to court yet, because they're claiming hate crime against Michael. But I must admit, they have to pray they never see me again. Yeah, that reminds me of what's that film? Platoon. Because a lot of them were stoned, weren't they, in Vietnam? Yeah, I've got that, John boy. Well, I've got two. I've got two friends. I've got Michael, and I've got a friend that I used to work with, and he's been a friend of mine for 23 years now. I've got, I say, one of my friends, he was 40 years, my friend, but he hung himself. He had a bad marriage breakup, and the demons got the better of him. And then another one of my friends, he had liver failure from drinking. He died Christmas Eve 2 years ago. So there used to be a gang of six of us, and there's only three of us left now. But I've lost touch with them. Yeah, I say it's when you get older, ain't it? That's when you kind of, because I've got a couple of people that I speak to, but I wouldn't say I'm friends, if you know what I mean. But from like my school time. But if I see them, I speak to them and what have you. But I don't hang out with them. Yeah, no, I say I got two. That's Michael and uh, my friend that lives in Crawley. Because he asked me, my friend in Crawley, he asked me to, if they had a funeral to go do, and he asked me to, if I'd dog sit for him. So I went to Crawley and dog sitted, and yeah, the dog got up on the sofa beside me. I was editing St Martin's Battery, and I say the dog kept poking his head in front of me phone screen because he wanted to play. But then after a while, it settled down and just crashed out beside me. But dogs seem to love me. I've been to a place and they said, "Oh, don't go near it. They don't like people." And I just look at him, look at the dog, and then they'd start wagging their tails. Weird. I'm a dog lover and a hedgehog lover. And if you got me on Facebook, you know I'm a hedgehog lover. Yes, yeah, she's a lovely dog. Because he was gonna bring the dog to me, but it's a rescue dog, and he thought if he brings her to me and a strange house, I most probably think it's being abandoned again. So I ended up going to him and say it was her territory, and she was the boss, and she let me know that she was the boss. Yeah, totally. I think it's more of a trust thing that because we get so skeptical. Is it skeptical? Is that a word? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, we get that as we get older. Guys, I always try and see the best in people until they do something to let me down, and then you think, well, not good. But I always try and see the best in people. I like to treat people how I like to be treated. I think if you think like that, then you can't really go too wrong. Hopefully. Oh, this is my longest video ever. And I still got 22 people in. It's not bad. Yay! Way! Now what we got here? Let's have let's start putting that one up now. I'm gonna be shutting off in a minute because I want to do the washing up. Because I've got 2 baskets of the air fryer to clean wash tonight, as well as plates. See, I'm chief washer upper. I'm the dishwasher. I thought I was going to talk about paranormal more than anything, but ain't been the case, has it? I've been just waffling. But hopefully you've had a bit of an insight what I'm about. Don't hate me too much. Oh, let's put it back on that. Yeah, no, I must admit I've enjoyed it more than I thought. I say I've been a bag of nerves all day. I've had the shakes and everything. I've like, yeah, yeah. I say I've been an absolute bag of nerves. And then like we went shopping this morning, and my car was parked there in front of the house, and I'm using my Wi-Fi. I got back from shopping, and my parking space had gone. So the road's closed off at the end. So there's only one way in and one way out. And where I got to park, I was just outside my Wi-Fi range. And oh no! So I'm gonna have to use my mobile data. And that started, of course, I was already nervous anyway, and then that started stressing me out. And then I heard a noise of an engine starting, and the vehicle that was in front of my house drove off. So I quickly got into my car and brought the car up so I'm in front of the house so I could use my Wi-Fi. I wired my so I only get 20 gigs data on my mobile, and don't think it would have taken long to eat up 20 gig, not hour and a half video. So yeah, I was I was happy, and I started relaxing once I had me parking space, so my Wi-Fi could reach. Right then, people, I shall call it a night. Let's leave you with a song, shall we? What one? Oh no, that would be a bit too heavy. We'll go with that one. My Intro. I love this song. Right then, people, I shall love you and leave you. I said we're on location where it'll be Saturday morning. Michael normally picks me up around 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I have a video next week, and then the week after, there must probably be another live chat, as I don't think it's gone too bad. So, see you all later. Goodbye.